Hello, and welcome back to Across the Galaxy Week 4, and today we are looking at the TIE Bomber. Before we start, I would just like to explain why there was not a video last week. I got very busy. I had the SATs, as you did know, and I still have school going on. I'll be starting work this upcoming week, so things have been pretty hectic with school. I got finals coming up, I got projects due, so I got a lot of stuff going on in school and with work. But come summer, there will be many more videos, and I hopefully will never have a late one. But hopefully we can look past that and move on to Week 4 here. And as I was going to do last week, the TIE Bomber. And let's just dive right into the history. The original TIE Bomber wasn't released until Power of the Jedi in 2002. And it was under the name TIE Bomber for $29.96, and it was a Walmart exclusive. It had the bluish color, as we see here, which is very accurate to the film, Empire Strikes Back, that it was in. And unfortunately, it did have red translucent bombs, which was inaccurate, because the bombs that we do see the TIE Bombers drop are not red, unfortunately. They are blue. The cockpit opens back, just like this one has here. All these TIE Bombers have this same feature, where the cockpit opens up like that, which is an interesting little feature. The original one had no missile, but we'll get onto that in a minute. It did not have any removable wings, which is my personal favorite feature of any TIE Bomber. And it did actually include a TIE pilot, which is very impressive. So, for the time, it was a very good vehicle. Moving on to the Saga line, not the Saga Collection, but the Saga line. Once again, under the name TIE Bomber, it was sold in 2003 as, once again, a Walmart exclusive. But now we're getting it for less money. Now we get it for $28. And as a slight repaint of the 2002 Bomber, once again with the inaccurate red bombs, however, the blue color that we do see here, once again accurate. And no removable wings, mostly because it is a straight repaint, like I mentioned. It also included a TIE pilot, and it once again did not have a firing missile launcher. Moving on to the 30th anniversary collection, TIE Bomber once again. It was sold in 2007 as a Target exclusive for $29.99, and that's the highest we've seen it so far. It was the wrong color. It was the white that we do see on the TIE Fighter occasionally, which is unfortunately inaccurate because, as we all know, the bombers were the blue color in Empire Strikes Back. However, the bombs were the correct blue color, which is interesting. Once again, it is just a repaint of the 2002 bomber. Had non-projectable wings, no missile, and once again the back was hatch, and it did include a TIE Bomber pilot figure. Now we move on to this one, which is under the name Imperial TIE Bombers. We just put a little Imperial in front of it. Under the Shadows of the Dark Side range. It was released in 2010 for a Walmart exclusive, which is kind of interesting that 3 out of the 4 TIE Bombers were Walmart exclusives and the other one was a Target exclusive. And it retailed for an astounding $38.97. Personally, I don't see why, but we'll get onto that in a minute. And this is actually the one I have here. As you can see, is the correct blue color. It has new design, so it's not just a straight repaint, and I'll get onto some of those features in a moment. Once again, non-pop-off wings, which is very nice. It has a new way to drop the bombs, as well as a firing missile launcher by pressing this button right up top. The missile goes flying, and I will try to find that missile and try to show you what that looks like up close. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to find it, though. Ah, there it is. Excuse me. Here's the missile. For some reason it has red on the bottom, possibly to simulate some kind of fire exhaust coming out the back of it. Very nice design though, and that just slips into the hole right in front here, which is new for any TIE Bomber. I'll show you the new way to drop the bombs in just a moment. And oddly enough, it's the most expensive of the bombers. No figure included, real shame. However, it does have a redesigned cockpit with an ejecting seat, which I will demonstrate now. As you can see, or can't really see, there is a seat in there, in the spy, kind of. It does eject. And as you can see, the seat has some very nice detail on it. Has a little belt clip for your figures, very nice. And it just pegs into the bottom there. Got a little engine on the back, also very nice. Moving on, however, with the TIE Bomber, the cockpit does close right here, and it did have all the in their stickers. One down thing about this cockpit on this one, I don't know because I've never had any of the other ones. As you can see, there are little spiky bits to help you open the cockpit, but they're very sharp and can kind of dig into your skin, which it can be a problem at times. Now, to drop the bombs, here's what you have to do. First, you have to load your bombs into this little hatch right here, and I'll show you how to load them after I drop a few. And by turning this engine right here, just turn it that way. That way. Yeah, I was right. This way. Clockwise, you will drop the bombs from that little port there. Sorry for the lighting, it's not very great. You're trying to get... There we go. And just like that, you can lose all your bombs. Fantastic. Thankfully, one stayed on the table for me, so I can show you what the bombs look like. Very nice little bombs, kind of clear with blue in the middle, very accurate to the film, and I do like these. Now, excuse me for just a brief moment while I relocate my bombs, because if there's one thing you don't want to do, it's get these lost. Alrighty, I got a few here. I just want to know so I can demonstrate the feature of reloading the bomber and all of its magnificent glory. I believe that's all of them. I have 5 here. There's probably 6, but I'll find it later. Now, as you can see, you have your bombs. And you simply load it by moving it like that. And you can see this little hatch here. Slides right open. And you just place your bombs inside like that. Very simple, very nice. Obviously, you wouldn't do it like that. You would do it with it on the ground. And the bombs actually slide in. Just like that. And they slide right into their little ports. If they get stuck, just poke them with like a lightsaber or a blaster. You'll be fine. And then you just close up the little port here. That's also a new feature. The old ones just had a little hole that you put it in. And I do like this much better. And that is the history of the TIE Bomber. At least in the Hasbro line. As we know, we only saw the TIE Bomber a couple times. Its main role was in The Empire Strikes Back. I don't recall seeing it in Return of the Jedi, and I know we didn't see it in A New Hope. But it's still a great vehicle nonetheless. And now on to price. Why this one was almost $10 more than any of the other ones, I don't quite get that. Because it should have been at least $30 at most expensive, I think, because you're not getting a figure. Sure, you're getting some new features, and it is exclusive, so that's why I say 30. But when it gets right down to it, it really should have been like 35 if you gave us the new TIE Fighter pilot figure, and 30 if you didn't, because it's kind of a bad move to make us pay more when you're getting less. I just find that very wrong, but that's beside the point. Other than that, it's a fantastic vehicle, and I highly suggest you guys try to find at least one of these. Any of them will really do, because they're all incredibly similar. If you can get any, I would suggest this one, just because it's the most movie accurate, it has most features, and it's just a great vehicle, and it really fits in better now with your modern TIEs and your modern TIE figures. That about wraps this one up, though. Hope you enjoyed this. Sorry it was a week late, once again. And with that, we conclude the TIE series of Across the Galaxy. Coming next week, I shall bring you the Imperial Shuttle, so that should be a fun one. We can work how to get that in shot. And I'll see you next week, hopefully. And if I don't, well, you know, school it's not great, but I'll definitely try my personal best to get a video up next week, and I'm sure we'll get it one way or the other. So, thank you for watching. Have a wonderful day, and may the Force be with you.